As always, we're going to start off with Colossians 3:17, giving all praise and glory to the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Colossians 3:17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all by h.o.i, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by h.o.i. So although we say it's going to be in the name of the Lord and Savior, going to the Most High on our behalf, bring forth the Spirit of the Most High, the Spirit of h.o.i, as the prophet said, so we can prophesy, because we've been going through how we got to keep the law, how we got to have faith in h.o.i, how we got to fear the Most High, how we got to cry to the Most High, because He never had pity on us until we cried to Him. How we got to be humble, have a broken and contrite spirit before Him, and obey. So h.o.i will have to keep going to the Most High on our behalf and learn what's right and what's wrong and apply it in our life. Simple as that. So I'm going to prophesy today. Go to Malachi 4:4. Malachi 4:4. Israel represents Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar, 12 tribes of Israel. Scattered among all nations. That come from here. We're going to go to Malachi 4:4 and make something clear. Isaiah 48:1, concerning the 12 tribes of Israel. Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by the name of Yasharallah, Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah. Come forth out of the waters of Judah. All 12 tribes. Come forth out of the waters of Judah. The waters represent what? Sperm, copulation, tip top, lineage of Judah. Hebrews 7:14 says, for it is evident, it's a fact, that our power of h.o.i sprang out of Judah. Right? Philip asked h.o.i in John 14:8. Show us the Father sufficely. He said, have I been so long time with you, Philip? Thou hast not known me, seen the Father. See me, see the Father. So, 12 tribes coming out of the waters of Judah, which swear by the name of the Most High, and make mention of the Most High power of Israel, but not in truth. That's our people, 2/3 of our people. But not in truth, nor in righteousness, nor in keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Because you thought you ain't under the law. That's another topic. I uncovered that a lot. So, and the truth is what? The law, Psalms 119:142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. The Most High's law is the truth. So you're not going to run from it. You know, some of you try and dodge it this way and dodge it that way. You ain't going to run from it no way. Matter of fact, look at the books I just called. Malachi 4:4. The last prophet of the Old Testament, what did he say before he left us? These words. Last words that he's saying to us. Malachi 4:4. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant. There it is. You only got 2 more verses. That's it. He said, remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments. That's what the Most High wants us to do. Remember the laws that He gave to us. So we have to be renewed in learning over and over again this truth. He only gave it to Israel. We the Israelites. That's why you look at the other nations, you want to be like them. They do what they're supposed to do. Following all these different gods. I seen a big old shrine of Buddha and had all kind of Twinkies and incense and apples and oranges and drinks and all that stuff. And they ain't gonna never drink that. They ain't gonna never enjoy no smell of no incense or any of that. But that's their gods. That's their power. Now how we gonna lock into that? But we do. We do. Whatever it is that's other than other nations, we do it. Most High said, remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel. For us, we the Israelites that come from the waters of Judah, with the statutes and judgments. That's what he told us. But see, we want to follow some other way. We want to do it our own way. And when he come for you, ain't nothing you can do about it. You gonna cry to him? He say he tell you gonna laugh at you. That's why it's very important to know what's right and to do what's right. That's why he told us in Exodus 20:3, Israel, talking to the Israelites, not nobody else. He ain't talking to no one else. He said, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt have no other gods which are idols before me. That's what he's saying. This is what we're supposed to remember. Because Psalm 96:5 says, for all the gods of the nations, these other heathen nations, are idols. They show you that. They're in order. They're doing what they're supposed to do. But here we are trying to get back together, develop a relationship with the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the power of powers. They want to half-step, but want to take it easy. Just like you was in the church. You might as well go back to church. Deuteronomy 4:10. Deuteronomy 4:10. Especially the day that thou stoodest before the Most High, thy power in Horeb. He just said, when the Most High said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth, and that they may teach their children. Once again, especially the day that thou stoodest before the Most High, thy power, your power in Horeb, when the Most High said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth, and that they may teach their children. That's why he told us in Psalm 78, just what he said here, a reminder. So I said, the Most High speak once, yea, twice, man perceive it not. We got to go to a book to remember this, to learn all over again. Psalm 78:5. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, not with any other nation, which he commanded our fathers, this is our forefathers, that they should make them known to their children, just like we just read, that the generation to come might know them. This is why. That the generation of our children that's going to be born on this earth should know them. Even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children, that they might set their hope or their faith in the Most High, and not forget the works of the Most High, but keep his commandments. These scriptures cancel out any religion as an Israelite. Point blank. No doubt about it. He gave us laws, statutes, commandments, and judgments, as we just read. You don't find no religion within those scriptures that we just read so far. At all. Psalms 147:19-20. So when you look at other nations and so forth, they do what they're supposed to do. They in order with it. Just got you all duped and going to thinking that you're doing something that's pleasing the Most High when you stay talking about, I ain't got to follow you. I don't have to do what you tell me to do. Psalms 147, 19 to 20. That's what you're saying if you don't accept what it is. He took the time to give us these laws. And you have the nerve to say, we don't have to deal with them. Because your master done made you believe that you don't have to deal with the Most High. Because he ain't dealing with him at all. So you think he going to show you the right way? Psalms 147, 19 and 20. He showeth his word unto Jacob. Jacob is our forefather. Most High said he the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham had a son named Isaac, and Isaac had a son named Jacob. But Abraham had Ishmael too, but he didn't choose Ishmael. He chose Isaac. Isaac had Esau first, but the Most High didn't choose Esau. He chose Jacob. That's why it says, he showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, and he's the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. His statutes and judgments unto Israel. We the Israelites. He have not dealt so with any nation. What does that mean? He have not dealt so with any nation. That's all these other nations out there. All you want to try and bring everybody in. What did he say? He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Most High. Because the Mashiach Shai coming back to judge and make war. Oh yeah. Revelation 19:11. Then they're going to feel the judgment. Because everybody had an opportunity to get this. Nah, but they passed this aside for some watered down version of religions. That has nothing to do with what we're reading so far. That has nothing to do with anything we're reading so far. Deuteronomy 1:1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side of Jordan in the wilderness. So would it say anybody else? You don't think the Most High could say Esau? The Edomites? You don't think the Most High could say Ishmaelites? The Moabites? The Ammonites? The Edomites? The Amalekites? The Syrians? You don't think he can say that? You see those, the Philippines, the Philippines, the Philistines, the Hamites, all the Hamite nations. You don't think he can say that? It says what it says. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side of Jordan in the wilderness. So it's talking to the children of Israel, point blank. Point blank. No one else. So, as I said previously, think about it. The Most High knew what he's doing. It's already a plan. He already knew what he was going to do. Because look, go to Deuteronomy 28:68. So, when you understand, it's been gone over a lot of times, the curses and so forth. Deuteronomy 28:15 to 68 are the curses. So he says this in the last verse of the curses in Deuteronomy 28 chapter. Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Most High shall bring thee into Egypt. When you read Exodus the 20th chapter, the second verse, Egypt means slavery, bondage, captivity. So he's going to bring us in captivity, slavery, and bondage again, meaning another time, with ships. With ships. So we the people that came into captivity, slavery, and bondage on cargo slave ships. From our land here in America to Europe, Europe to Africa, Africa to America. The men taking off our land here. See, the arrows coming from Africa to America need to be switched over, switched around, going both ways, you see. From the Western Hemisphere, the top of the Western Hemisphere to the bottom of the Western Hemisphere to Caribbean islands and so forth. I mean, you know that. You did something in Georgia wrong, they send you over to Caribbean islands or somewhere. Sell you over there to their brother or they slave owner over there. On ships. You know, you look at the book, The Destruction of the Indies by Bartholomew de las Casas. He tell you in that book how they say, come on, we're gonna have a party. Get on those ships and put them in captivity on them ships and sell them somewhere and sell them to their peers. It's right there. All 12 tribes this had to happen to. Those that come from the waters of Judah. And the Most High shall bring thee into Egypt again another time with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And wherever we was at, they put us on them ships. We ain't see where we came from again. As a nation, I don't think so. And there when we go, wherever they take us on these ships, ye shall be sold unto your enemies. Understand this. We wasn't sold to no friends, we were sold to our enemies. That make the white man our enemy. All of them enemies. It says you're gonna be sold to your enemies for bondmen, slave men, and bond women, slave women. And no man shall buy you. Buy is an old Quaker word, a medieval word which means to save or redeem from the condition that the Most High put us in. So all you that's looking to your leaders, get you out of captivity, or any man, the Most High told us in verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness. You know, a blind man can't see, don't know where you're going. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore. And no man shall save thee. Ain't no man gonna save us from the condition that the Most High put us in for not following his laws, statutes, commandments. That's why we went into captivity over and over again. But you see the last one, he said, hey, we're gonna go on these ships. Clear indication of who would be putting us in slavery, captivity, and bondage. The enemies, that it says, gonna be sold to your enemies. Oh, you ain't supposed to read that part of the Bible. That makes you racist? Okay, well, the Most High is racist because he sure had holy men write it as they were moved by the Holy Spirit. Every word that you hear in this Bible is as such, as it is written. It's not something I wrote, but I'm going to read it. And I ain't ashamed of the Most High. He told us in Proverbs 30:5, every word of the Most High is pure. Every word of the Most High is pure. He is a shield of protection unto them that put their trust in him. So every word of the Most High is pure. Baruch 4:6. Baruch 4:6 in the Apocrypha. Baruch 4:6. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction. He ain't sell us for our destruction, but because he moved the Most High to wrath. So we as a people moved the Most High to wrath. He told us he's going to do this to us. You were delivered unto the enemies. That's what the Bible says. For you provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High. See, that's what you're doing now. You have a fellowship with devils, straight up. If you in some kind of religion, that's the real cult. Y'all talking about this a cult? That's the real cult. The religions are the real cults. What the Most High say, you sacrifice the devils, right? Until this day. 1 Corinthians 10:20. Until this day. But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, or what these heathen nations worship, they sacrifice the devils. See? They worshiping devils. Christmas. Got nothing to do with the Mashiach h.o.d.c. Easter, he died on the Friday, rose on the first day of the week. Come on, that's only 2 days. You know, you following pagan customs that's dealing with devils. Like what did it say? But I say that the things with the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to the devil and not to the Most High. And I would not that you should have fellowship with devils. But that's what you're doing. Your mindset is dealing with the doctrines of devils. You cannot drink the cup of the Most High, the Mashiach h.o.d.c, and the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of the Most High's table and of the table of devils, deceitful and evil people. You're going to choose either the Most High or you're going to choose your enemy's power, either idolatry or devils. That's why I showed you Sodom and Gomorrah. You see what the Most High did there. This is where we at now. Wow, we're right there. Revelation 11 and 8. You tell the spirit they move. When you turn the page, go right there, talking to you. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. Yeah, your dead body's gonna lie in the street of the great city too. America, when the Most High tortured. When you bring that judgment right here, this gonna be hell fire right here. The lake of fire will be right here, as it is written. Ain't nobody gonna ever live here. And their dead body's gonna lie in the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom. Why is it called Sodom? You got men with men, women with women, it's okay. You don't care. They got laws to say that they can get married. That's just like Sodom and Gomorrah. See, Sodom and Gomorrah was a safe haven for wickedness. For you want to be with a man, you just go to Sodom and Gomorrah, them cities. That's why the Most High torched them. He burned them all the way up. But he left remnants of it to show you this is what I can do. The Most High. You think he ain't going to torch this place as it is written? You're going to see. It's written in the Bible. That's why he said, watch. What you going to watch for? You better know what to watch for. He said, you coming like a thief in the night. You're going to catch all them that sleep, that ain't aware. Yeah, you're going to get caught up. You're going to burn you up. You're going to burn, baby, burn. First spirit of vengeance that he named is what? Fire. Shoot, you better recognize. Shoot. America's called, spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Egypt means captivity, slavery, and bondage, because we here. We're also, our power was crucified. The Mashiach h.o.d.c is crucified right here. Ain't they still promoting this madness? That's a lie. That's the Borgia family, man. There's 5 people in that picture. So yeah, so he said we're going to be sold to our enemies. Now let's go to Ezekiel 7 and 24. The prophets prophesied what we can see today has happened. Ezekiel 7:24. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen. You hear that? It's the last captivity. That's why it was the last, very last verse of the curses. Deuteronomy 28:68. Here he said, telling us here. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen. The worst of the heathen. And they shall possess their houses. And I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease. And their holy places shall be defiled. Now come on. I mean, we ready to go through the Feast of Dedication. You go through this particular feast that we said we're going to, follow, no different than 4th of July. Any other victory that the white man got to represent his victory over somebody that he murdered and killed. We got Feast of Dedication. And the Mashiach h.o.d.c observed that. Because they defiled our temple. We had to kill them and rebuild the temple over again. And take all the things that they had done and couldn't even touch it, just couldn't even be around it. It was so defiled. I mean, come on, how are you going to church and you bring pig and have all kind of sexual acts and all kind of inordinate? We go see all that's when we're going through the Feast of Dedication, just doing all kind of things and just to defile it. So this is your track record. This is their track record. Anybody that read the Bible, had the Bible, put them to death. You want to keep the laws of the Most High, put them to death. That was the law. That's what it says. And their holy places shall be defiled. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest, and counsel from the ancients. Isn't that what's happening? We ain't under the law. Most I said he's going to do this. Once we got this last enemy's hands. The worst of the heathen, it says. Verse 24, wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. Come on. They have the land. They have our land in Israel. They got our land here in America, in the Western Hemisphere. They have it, possessing it. The worst of the heathen, it says. Psalm of 3 Holy Children, verse 9. And see, it's sad when you think about it, because Israel still can't be released from captivity and going to be burnt up. They're going to fall by the sword, it says, because they still in sin. And they love it so. Song of 3 Holy Children, verse 9. And thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies. Hear that? Not our friends. The Most High did this. He delivered us to the hands of lawless enemies. Somebody came up with, we ain't under the law. We ain't got to follow the law of the Most High, but you got to follow the law of the land. That's follow the land of your enemies. Follow the law of your enemies. Right? But you have to follow the law of the land. But you got to follow the law of the Most High first and foremost. It said, and thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies. I mean, you ain't dealing with the laws of the Most High. Remember, we just read, he showed his word unto Jacob. His laws, statutes, commandments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any other nation. We just read that in Psalm 147, 19 to 20. And thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of the Most High. You hear that? Most hateful forsakers of the Most High. And here you are following them, you become the same way. You become most hateful forsakers of the Most High. I don't care what you say. Most I say, yeah, you speak good. You speak very well with your lips, but your mind, your heart is far from him. Because you don't know him if you don't know him in the book. And you can't talk about him for hours and hours and hours, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, as he is being written by holy men that were moved by his Holy Spirit. Then how you know him? You made up your own power. You your own power. You got to know him as it is written. Hear what it says? And thou, that's the Most High, didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of the Most High, and to an unjust king, and the most wicked in all the world. Can't get no clearer than that. This who he gave us to. And here we are trying to make them righteous, trying to make them right, trying to find something right in who the Most High gave us to. You said an unjust king. No matter who's in charge, they will be unjust concerning who? We, the children of Israel. Where anybody came into power benefited us. We're our seat in the United Nations. We're a nation. We built America. Where I see that? Who represents us in the United Nations? Nobody. Why? Because they know who we are. You just don't know who you are. You don't know the power that you have. That's why when we come back to the Most High's law, statutes, commandments, we're going to be blessed beyond our imagination. But see, people want to, that's why it's good to see people show their true colors and be who they really are in these last days, because it's a way to detect who's real, who's not real. Look at 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter, in the 26th verse. The Most High said, as for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. You there? The service which the Most High has given him, that's coming back to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. He's talking about 2/3 of our people. They're going to be destroyed. They're going to fall by the sword. So who the servants? Isaiah 44:1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel whom I have chosen. Verse 21. Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. So hey, when you hear him saying servants, he's talking about the Israelites, not anyone else. He's talking about the Israelites. 2nd Ezra 2:26 again. As for the servants who are the Israelites, whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Oh yeah. That's why the good news, Israel, for the 1/3, for what it is that all of us should be striving for. He told us in Job 5:19. Because there's going to be a whole lot of things going down on this earth. He said, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah. In 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine, then you know, you're going to see it's going to be because of food shortage, lack of bread, and great tribulation. In famine, he shall redeem thee from death. And in war, that's that great tribulation, from the power of the sword. See? Go back to 2nd Ezra 2:27. 2nd Ezra 2:27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble in heaven is coming, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. That's what we're looking forward to. It's worth it. This is the ultimate sacrifice. This the benefits you're going to receive from it, Yasharab. Hear what it says? He said, be not weary. Don't be troubled. For when the day of trouble in heaven is coming, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee. Hear that? These other nations are going to envy us. But they shall be able to do nothing against thee, said the Most High. Read it again. The heathen shall envy thee. They'll be envious. But they shall be able to do nothing against thee, said the Most High. See, my hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. See that? He said he's going to cover us up, so the children shall not see hell. Isn't that beautiful? Be joyful, O thou mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, said the Most High. See? He said he's going to deliver us. He said, be joyful. That's why it's important that we understand this. Going back to Job 5:21. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, from all the things that we'll be saying about us. Now we have to be concerned about that. Most High will, this applies to all of us that are being able to hear this word and learn it, live it, and apply it in our life in righteousness to please the Most High. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. That's why he tells us to be merry. Be happy, be joyful. At destruction and famine is coming, thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Beasts gonna be eating people up, killing people. Thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle, these bodies, these mortal bodies, shall be in peace. And thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shall not sin. Sin is a transgression of the law. So all you that's sinning and doing whatever you can think under the sun and think it's okay with the Most High, it said thou shalt not sin. It don't apply to you. You're going to be falling to the category of weeping and mourning and crying and sighing, and some of you going to be put to death if you don't come back to the Most High and repent and come back to these laws, start really truly learning. 2nd Ezra 2, 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. See, the problem is, Israel always was rebellious and always want to do it the way they want to do it, how they see fit to do it. Because you taught, what? You have your own free will. Yeah, you got a free will to choose life or death. Most of you done chose death because you don't want to study. You don't really look at this as you should. And when it comes down to it, it's like, okay, they take the Bible away from you. What do you know? That's what they did. You're going to see in the Feast of Dedication, as we go to it, you got caught with the Bible, you put to death. That's why you got to know this. You got to meditate on this day and night, he says. 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. But if it bothers you to do it, then you the devil. You straight dealing with demons. The devil in you. You don't want to know the Most High, then why should he bless you when you don't want to take the time to know him? Make that make sense. He's going to bless you, but you don't want to take the time to really, really get to know him. And we're only going to know him through what he said in his word. Listen. 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. Woe me destruction to the world and them that dwell therein. Hear that? He said destruction to the world, this world we in, and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, which is the sword and destruction drawing near. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand. You can see all the tension that's in this earth right now, especially against Judah and Esau, the so-called white man. The Israelites and the so-called white man, it's really, really tense right now. It's going to get worse because it's telling you, woe to the world of them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, draweth near. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. You can understand. Go to Revelation 12 and 12. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe, again, mean destruction, to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Those on the earth, those out there in the sea. Why? For the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath. Why? Because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So when it gets closer and closer, they can feel it. They know. Shoot. You better understand. They know. He knows that he have but a short time. That's why you see everything is rousing up. Just like I always told you, like a woman in travail, as the word says. A woman having a baby. Contraction get be far apart, and they get closer and closer and closer together, then she brings forth the child. That's what the disaster. That's how it's heating up. Verse 27. Verse 17. Verse 12, 17. And the dragon, which is the serpent, which is the devil, which is Satan, which is the beast. And the dragon was wrought with the woman, which represents the 12 tribes of Israel, and went to make war with the remnant, which is the 1/3 of our seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High, and have the testimony of Mashiach Yahushua. So that's what they're coming down on. But when they do that, That's when you're going to see the Most High going to really show off. They come after his remnant. He's going to have his remnant. 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel. He's going to have them. That's why I say you just give you hope, Israel. 2 Ezra 2:26. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Thus say the Most High. Saith the Most High. See, he said he will require his servants from among the number. Psalm 91:1. Just so we establish how this is really worth it, Israel, to be one of the servants, to be 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel. Psalm 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Yeah. I will say unto the Most High, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare, the trap of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. When that destruction starts to come into the ends of the world, they start seeing the destruction of this world that we in now. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shall thou trust. His truth, which is his laws, statutes, commandments, Psalms 119:142. His righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and his law is the truth. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. So if you can't see how important keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High is, with what he's saying, his truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Your protection, people. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror that by night. Now you know, terror gonna come at night. We said we're gonna be laughing at destruction when it comes. Most High will. This is what we're working for. See, thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. The missile will be shot into everlasting punishment, destruction in the day. Terror by night. And that arrows, you know, the missiles look just like an arrow. 1 million degrees. You know about, you don't know anything about nuclear power? Look up Nagasaki and Hiroshima in Japan when America dropped a bomb, an atomic bomb on Japan. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. You better understand. 1,000 shall fall at thy side. It said 1,000 people gonna fall at our side, Most High will, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. That's where you want to be, Yahshua. It will not come near his servants that he say he will require from his number. Only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is my refuge, even the most high thy habitation. Everything that we do is glory to his holy name, and all the things that he have already done and see him doing, that people want to call Mother Nature, La Nina, El Nina, or even the things that we see that happen in this earth, that the Most High has his hand in everything. He is worthy to be praised for everything. It say, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Say no evil gonna befall us. Ain't no plague gonna come near your houses. So we have to give all praise and glory to the Most High for allowing us to even know this. Go back to 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. Say, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Destruction to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, meaning the sword and destruction draweth near. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Racial wars. That's what this is talking about. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They will be coming into people's houses. It's going to be just like, but the ones that we just read about, hopefully it's us. If we endure until the end, it says it's not going to be even involved with us. It's going to be just like you do not exist. You're going to be able to be laughing at destruction. That's not worth it. Because it's coming. Listen to what's coming. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. Sword and destruction draweth near. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand. Modern day swords, the guns. Guns in their hands. Coming into people's houses. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. The course of their action will stand how the people say they're going to stand. They don't care about no president, no vice president, no Congress, no police department, no Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force. Ain't nobody going to be able to stop it. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's martial law right there. They're going to have to bring the military in so you're going to be able to go from city to city. And shut it down. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. See? The houses will be destroyed, and men gonna be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. You hear that? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Whatever it takes. This is what's going to happen. And those that come against his service, he's going to make sure that somebody come in their house and kill them. Destroy them. That's what it's saying. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. Rob them for everything they have because of the lack of bread, because of the lack of food and money. And for great tribulation. Whole lot of hell going down. And you said, them arrows that fly in the day, the missiles are going to be flying. In Israel, see, they got stud rockets and they bombing people, they doing all, they got bomb shelters everywhere. It's going to be just like that here in America. Great tribulation. Terror by night, and an arrow that fly in the day. Where you gonna be at? You gonna know where to be, what to do during this time? Because you done studied enough and know what to expect. You've done your homework, you've done what you're supposed to be doing. The Most High make sure you okay. Isaiah 19. Isaiah 19 and 2. He said, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. The Most High said he's going to set the oppressor against the oppressors. And they shall fight every one against his brother. He's going to put them against each other. And every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. Hear that? The spirit of the captives, no matter how they counsel, no matter what they try and do, it's going to fail in the midst thereof. And I will destroy the counsel thereof. Hear what it said? He's going to destroy. That's why he's going to have them in odds against each other. You can't control what the Most High going to do to you, or what he going to do to them. He did it to us. He said what he going to do to us. He did it, he's still doing it. And they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. That's total warfare. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols. Right, come on. All the gods of the nations are idols. They're going to seek to these idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards, witches, and so forth. Go to Isaiah 47. That's what Most High said. Most High is cold, boy. I love it. Isaiah 47 and 10, he said, but thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Isaiah 47 and 10. Say, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. And they trusted their wickedness. It says, he said, thou hast said, none seeth me, you don't see me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. That's why I say he gonna destroy their counsel. He said, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else besides me. Come on. They have said in their heart, I am, and none else beside me. They're the ones that painted the pictures of themselves in the Bible to represent the Most High, and represent the h.o.d.c, the children of Israel, put them on TV and everything, your movies and so forth. Come on. You the one did this. That's why you got to pay. It says, but thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. This is Isaiah 47 and 10. Thou hast said, no one seeth me, nobody see me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. That's what the Most High said. Thou shalt not know from whence it rises. And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Let you know, you ain't gonna know when it's coming. Stand now with thine enchantments, he said. So you say you're going to trust in these, in their idols, right? He just told you you're going to trust in their idols. He said, stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit. See if they can help you. That's what he's saying. If so be thou mayest prevail. See, thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Remember, he said, he's going to destroy your counsels, their counsels. Let now the astrologers, he said, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power.